Hey, good afternoon, Jennifer. Is this your first time at CS Week?
It sure is. It's my first time, and wow, what a time it's been so far. It's been a great opportunity to meet with people and get their perspectives, and also the topics at hand are very relative to what I've got going on at my utility.
Well, that's great. Now, where are you from?
I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Awesome. Well, we love our Canadian visitors to come here. What was your expectations before you came to CS Week?
Honestly, coming to CS Week was really about networking with lots of people. It was about learning more about the industry and the innovation and creativity that we've got going on, learning about the technology and everything that we've got going on behind the scenes to make sure that our customer experience is top-notch.
Oh, that's awesome. So what have you found since you've been here? You've been here a couple days now. What's been your initial impressions?
The hospitality has been absolutely amazing. I am here by myself, so it's been really good to meet up with people and network with them. I've also really enjoyed the sessions I've been in so far, and I'm looking forward to many more.
Awesome. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience here at CS Week and some of the things that you've observed while you've been here?
Oh, sure. Actually, it's been really exciting. I've been meeting a lot of different vendors, a lot of different consultations. It's actually been really great and awesome to be here. The best part that I believe I liked about it was the college course that I took on Monday that allowed me to network with other utilities, including water, power, and gas across the nation, to meet other peers, that are within our organization, and really get to know them better, understand what it is that their platform is, and understand their infrastructure, how it's like ours and how it's different, what's going wrong with them, and how I can better, give them solutions of what's been working with us since we are an award-winner company.
Good afternoon, Michael. Could you tell us a little bit about what your experience has been like here at CS Week?
It's been really positive. It's been many years since I've been here, probably 8 or 9 years, and one thing I noticed is a lot of the vendors that we use are already here, and it's been good to catch up with them and to have the good networking opportunities as well.
Is there anything that you've been working on at your company that you're hoping that you can pick up some solutions to while you're here?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. We actually have an RFP out now with several of the vendors that are here. So one of those is a selection services project that we have going on. So hopefully we can get that worked out in the next few weeks.
Could you give us a few words about what you would say to somebody that's considering coming to CS Week and why they should come?
Yeah, I think myself being in IT, I think it's a wealth of information. The networking opportunities to talk with people and find out about other utilities is awesome. And that whether you're IT or customer service or billing or whatever it may be, I think it's just a good value add, good experience.
Right. Good afternoon, Chris. Tell us a little bit about your experience here at CS Week.
Well, so far it's, I don't know if intimidating is the word, but it's my first time here at CS Week, and I'm presenting. So everybody that I ask says, so it's your first time? Yes. And you're speaking, or you're crazy? So, but it'll be fine. It's great seeing people, across the industry from every angle, every different aspect within our industry, talking about anything and everything. So as dynamic as our industry can be, it's fun to find out we're all doing the same thing, and we all do it just slightly different ways. So to bring everybody together and talk about it is always good.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about your impressions of being here in the vendor hall and what you've seen here?
Oh, same thing. You get to walk around and see, again, the various different solutions that everybody has to the same problems, and you walk from one to the other, and we're all trying to appease our customers and run our businesses the same way. So you walk around and see a lot of the same but different people, spinning things different ways. It's always good.
Good afternoon, Matthew. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. I see you're a first-time attendee. What's been your impressions of the conference so far?
I'm really impressed, actually. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed by the size of the hall and all the different vendors, and the workshops that we've been to so far have been really impressive. So yeah, I think it's great so far. Well, I've only been walking through for a couple of minutes. I'm impressed by some of the larger. Oracle's got a huge display here, and this one right behind us is also pretty impressive. And everybody's been super friendly, and yeah, I like it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. And again, congratulations on winning the award, and we're glad you're here. Good afternoon. We're with Cecilia and Xiomara. I understand that you're from the city of Cedar Hill.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your experience here at CS Week?
Oh, it's been awesome. A lot of educational stuff.
Yes, this was our first time actually, and we really enjoyed it.
Have you learned anything since you've been here that maybe you can take back to your company and implement?
Yeah, we have seen a lot of kiosks, for that we could implement to our city. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of stuff that we had been looking for, we have seen it here.
And then there's a lot of services I think it offer online that would be really helpful to us. Pretty cool stuff.
Angelia, thank you for spending some time with us today. Could you tell us a little bit about what your first experience has been like here at CS Week?
It's been awesome. I've learned a lot of information. There's a lot of different industries here, so the sharing and seeing what other people do for their cities, their utilities, has been very informative.
Could you share with us a little bit about what your experience has been like at CS Week?
Well, CS Week, this is, I guess, my third year attending, and it's always been a very positive experience as the combination of the great programming as well as the access to all the vendors who are very enthusiastic about sharing their innovations with you. So I've always found it to be a great place to come, to meet great people and learn about different approaches to the business challenges that I face, and hear about different solutions that are out there to solve them.
Well, I think you've got several of your folks from your team here at the conference as well. What would you say to other leaders within their companies about why they should invite other members of their team to come to the conference?
Yeah, so we encourage our employees to look at topics that they could potentially come and present about. That's one of the things that we really try and promote. Sometimes we make that a requirement for coming to the conference. And that's valuable because it inherently creates that networking opportunity. There's always somebody in the audience who wants to come up and ask you that a question that establishes that relationship that then turns into ongoing dialogue. And in some cases, there's somebody who will come up and say, actually, we had that same problem you had, and here's how we solved it. And so they share that additional information. So from my perspective, I love having my folks attend the conference and really just get out in front of other people and make those connections.
What about the vendor hall? Are you able to make good contacts while you're here? Is it meeting your needs? And what things would you suggest that somebody do when they come to a conference like this to get the most value out of that experience here in the vendor hall?
Well, that's an interesting question. We actually have relationships with a lot of these vendors here, so often it's just showing up and in some cases putting a name to a face with somebody that maybe recently has just taken over the relationship and we've talked to over the phone. So it's always good to have that person-to-person dialogue there. But then also, too, I had an experience earlier today of running into a vendor who it just so happens is on the back end of another venture that we're pursuing as well. So often you find out that there are solutions out there that you're considering or taking advantage of, and there's somebody who's providing it that you weren't aware of. So really, there's the whole discovery aspect as well that I enjoy.
We're with Nancy and Pamela from Baltimore Gas and Electric, and we appreciate you just joining us today and spending some time with us. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience here at CS Week so far?
It's been wonderful. We're meeting so many nice people from so many different companies, and we're sharing experiences and really enjoying it.
I understand this is your first time here. Is that correct?
That's correct. I've never been before.
Well, tell us, what did you think before you came, and have those same thoughts been validated, or has your mind changed a little bit about what the conference would be like?
So I've never really been to any forum sort of like this, and I would say my mind's absolutely changed for the good. Not that it was bad before I came, but I just didn't know what to expect. I was like, is it just a whole bunch of booths or whatever? But we started going to some of the sessions today. They were wonderful, really good speakers, really smart people, learning a lot about technology, and being exposed to all these different vendors is really interesting, and I'm having the best time ever. One of the things that the presenter talked about was there will be 400 different things communicating in our customers' households over the internet, or they already are. Do you remember? And it's a totally different way of doing business from 30 years ago when I started in the industry, and it's just that we have to be more in touch with what customers are doing in their homes and what their expectations are for us to relate to that and bring that in the services we provide. I thought that session was really interesting.
With Kevin and Kevin, both from Duke Energy. Welcome to the CS Week conference. Tell us a little bit about what you have seen so far, and what do you think are some things that maybe some of the folks listening may not have known about CS Week?
I would just say it's a great chance to network. I think lots of times you think more about the degree, so it's really about more of the networking, I would say.
Thanks, Kevin. Could you tell us a little bit about what you're speaking on? I see you're a speaker.
Yes, I'm speaking on how we're using analytics to help us improve our back office function and also to reduce the number of field trips that we've got our field partners doing for us.
Could you tell us a little bit about your experience here at CS Week so far and what you've been able to learn that you can take back to Gainesville Regional?
Sure. Well, hands down, CS Week is the best conference for a utility customer service professional. I always learn something new. To me, the best part, we get a lot of information from vendors, but it's really the network opportunities, talking to other utilities, sharing successes, learning from their failures. Just a good time.
I think you've been at CS Week several times. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been able to learn from being here in the vendor hall?
Well, I've been here now since Tampa, and so what I always tell folks, if a CS Week is close to you, go, because you'll get hooked, and I've been hooked since. What I've learned from vendors, man, I've learned a lot. So I use this as like requirement reconnaissance, right? So I try to figure out, well, what vendors offer some things, what other vendors offer, and we're in the process now of doing some recon for a bill and pay RFP. We also have a significant CIS upgrade with SAP, and so we're here helping to put requirements together for those two RFPs. So sort of talking to all the different folks here, both vendor and utility, helps us do those things.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Duvall. It's such a pleasure to spend some time with you here today. Is this your first time attending the conference?
It is. What's this conference about?
Well, we were hoping that you could give us some insights on what the conference does and what it's here for.
Well, this conference, as you well know, is a non-profit organization.
Yes.
And they're all about customer service and helping the utility industry learn how to treat their customers with kindness and grace and mercy. If they can't pay their electric bill or their gas bill, just give it to them for free, because otherwise you'll get bad press.
Thank you so much for those insights. Those are invaluable. I don't know why we didn't think of some of those things before. Is there anything else you'd like to pass on to the industry that you can look back on your long, distinguished career and say, I just wish I could have told them this?
I would guess enjoy it while you're working, because retirement sucks.